Welcome to where sparks fly, engines roar, and explosions rewrite the laws of chaos. This is the ultimate battlefield of fire, steel, and unstoppable power. Hold your breath. The blast zone begins now. Welcome to Saw Masters.
Misty, scoot back!
Flames burst violently into the sky, followed by thick black smoke. Truly dangerous.
Misty, scoot back!
A docked boat suddenly exploded with tremendous force, the blast powerful enough to blow off the upper structure of the vessel. Flames erupted immediately after the explosion, prompting a nearby man to flee the scene in panic. The $24 million superyacht caught fire fiercely just weeks after being delivered to its owner. Flames engulfed the vessel as thick, black smoke billowed heavily into the sky, creating a chaotic and terrifying scene on the water.
Yo, this just happened right now, dog.
A collision between two vehicles caused a major fire. Victims were pulled out and lie near the scene. Both cars remain engulfed in flames, with thick smoke halting all traffic in the area.
And they crashed into the other car. We got him out of the car.
A boat had just docked when it suddenly erupted into flames, with fire surging violently across its deck. Thick black smoke rose tens of meters into the sky, blanketing the shoreline in a dense, choking haze. The vessel suffered severe damage, its charred frame collapsing piece by piece. On the shore, several people scrambled desperately, trying to put out the fire, but the intense heat and ferocity of the blaze made their efforts nearly impossible. A Ukrainian drone struck an oil depot in the Smolensk region, triggering a massive fire. Multiple explosions followed in rapid succession, shaking the area. Flames erupted violently, casting a terrifying scene of chaos and destruction. This is the devastating aftermath of successive explosions, with flames rapidly spreading and consuming everything in their path. Thick black smoke blankets the area, creating a scene of utter destruction. The wailing sirens echo ceaselessly, signaling chaos and total devastation at the site. A powerful explosion erupted, sending a fireball into the sky. Screams rang out, echoing the sheer panic. An explosion was captured from a distance, yet the thunderous sound revealed its immense power. Moments later, thick black smoke rose in dense plumes, blanketing a portion of the sky. Even from afar, the intensity of the blast was undeniable and deeply unsettling for those who witnessed it. According to initial reports, a massive fire broke out following an explosion at an oil depot. In the dead of night, the flames roared with terrifying intensity, illuminating the entire area like daylight. Thick columns of black smoke rose high into the sky, casting an eerie shadow over the landscape. Witnesses described the blaze as extremely fierce, with heat and scale quickly spiraling out of control during the first crucial hours. A massive blaze erupts, sending thick black smoke billowing high into the sky, blanketing the entire area. In mere moments, everything nearby is consumed by the monstrous inferno, a terrifying force of destruction that devours everything in its path without mercy. A car speeding down the road suddenly lost control, skidding violently before bursting into flames right in the middle of the lane. The fire spread rapidly, casting a fierce red glow in the darkness. The cars behind slammed on their brakes in panic, coming to an abrupt halt. The atmosphere turned chaotic and tense as a large fire broke out beside the road, right at the forest edge. Bright flames spread quickly through dry grass and trees, with thick black smoke billowing high. Strong winds fanned the fierce flames, creating a chaotic and dangerous scene that frightened. Flames are raging fiercely, thick smoke swirling into the air. Two brave firefighters rush to the scene, struggling to contain the blaze before it grows furious and devours everything in its path. This is the full video capturing the intense fire, followed by a terrifying explosion. The scene is truly harrowing, raging flames, thick smoke, and dust blanket the entire area, plunging it into chaos and panic. A building in Poznan, Poland, erupted into flames after a massive explosion in the basement. The fire spread rapidly, engulfing the structure in a terrifying blaze. Thick black smoke poured into the sky, covering the neighborhood in a dark, suffocating haze. The scene quickly turned chaotic as numerous fire trucks and police vehicles arrived on site, racing to contain the fire. The house was engulfed in flames, fiery tongues consuming its walls. Suddenly, a loud explosion shattered the air, blowing off the roof as fire and smoke swallowed the surrounding area. Police and firefighters fought desperately to contain the raging blaze, trying to prevent further devastation.
I fucking told them.
Yeah.
I fucking told you guys.
Yeah. I yelled at them too, man.
Dozens of homes were forced to evacuate in Utah as a massive wildfire spread rapidly across the region. The landscape glowed in an intense, fiery red, consumed by the searing heat of the flames. Towering plumes of smoke filled the sky as the fire devoured everything in its path. Residents fled in haste, leaving behind a scene that looked like something out of the apocalypse. The thunderous explosions from wartime bombings tear through the sky, unleashing terrifying scenes of fire, thick black smoke, and trembling ground. War is brutal and merciless. Thick plumes of smoke rise relentlessly from the heart of the fire, rolling like ghostly white waves that stretch across the sky. The air grows heavy. Visibility fades as the dense smoke blots out the sunlight. The scene is blanketed in tension and dread, a haunting reminder of the fire's destructive power. Even as the fire subsides, faint flashes continue to erupt from within, small, crackling bursts like leftover fireworks in the aftermath. These lingering sparks are strange and unsettling, a subtle warning that the danger may not yet be over. Today, following a traffic accident, a car caught fire fiercely, with thick black smoke obscuring visibility. Firefighters quickly arrived, promptly extinguishing the flames, and are now cleaning up the scene, dealing with the aftermath of the fire. At an EV charging station, a car suddenly bursts into flames while plugged in. The fire spreads with terrifying speed, engulfing two nearby vehicles in seconds. Intense flames and thick black smoke fill the area, forcing bystanders to flee in panic. The situation escalates within moments, highlighting the unpredictable danger of electric-related explosions. A convertible car suddenly burst into flames right on a busy street. The fire surged fiercely, engulfing the front of the vehicle, while thick black smoke spiraled upward, darkening the sky above. The car appeared to have suffered severe destruction. Sparks and flames erupted like a furious inferno. Thankfully, firefighters arrived swiftly on the scene. They wasted no time deploying hoses, battling the raging blaze. Within minutes, the fire was brought under control, though the damage was already devastating. The man tried kicking a smoking washer-dryer, and it suddenly exploded. A reckless and foolish act. A massive fire erupted right on the busy street, with roaring flames glowing bright red and thick black smoke billowing into the sky. Cameras captured the scene from multiple angles, highlighting every fierce flicker and flying spark. Crowds of curious onlookers stood at a distance, their eyes fixed on the blaze, mixed with both fascination and concern, while the sound of whispers and fire truck sirens added to the intense atmosphere. In the calm daylight sky, a monstrous steel beast crept forward, slow, heavy, cutting through the air with an ominous presence that drew every eye from below. Then, in an instant no one could anticipate, a deafening explosion ripped the sky apart. A massive fireball erupted, blazing violently in midair, incinerating everything within reach. Shards of metal rained down like deadly confetti, while black smoke billowed and darkened the horizon. On the ground, chaos erupted. Screams pierced the air as people scrambled in every direction, gripped by sheer terror. Some, driven by desperation or duty, rushed toward the inferno, wielding buckets, hoses, anything they could find, in a hopeless attempt to tame the raging blaze that was swallowing the world around them. A warehouse on Tykharetskaya Street is blazing up. A powerful explosion erupted, sending shockwaves through the area and destroying everything nearby. Debris flew in all directions as chaos unfolded in seconds. It was a dramatic day at the grain dryer facility. A serious incident triggered a fire that broke out on the roof of the dryer, sending flames shooting into the air. Fortunately, no injuries have been reported, but significant damage to the plant is unavoidable. As of now, the fire continues to smolder, with thick smoke still rising while emergency crews work to contain the situation.
Hey, Jason, swing left!
A vehicle transporting oxygen tanks suddenly caught fire in the middle of the street, triggering a series of violent explosions that shook the entire area. The flames erupted with intense force, engulfing the truck within moments. Thick black smoke billowed high into the sky, blanketing the road and drastically reducing visibility. Surrounding homes and vehicles are at serious risk as the fire threatens to spread. The scene descended into chaos, with sirens wailing and emergency crews rushing to contain the inferno before it causes further destruction. A massive fire is raging intensely, with thick black smoke billowing high into the sky. Explosions can still be heard from within the flames, adding to the danger. Numerous fire trucks have been deployed, working urgently to contain the blaze and prevent it from spreading further. A series of terrifying explosions ripped through the air, shaking the ground and sending shockwaves across the area. People fled in panic, scrambling in all directions as fear spread like wildfire. Amid the thunderous blasts were desperate screams and the heart-wrenching cries of children, echoing through the thick smoke and chaos. It was a nightmare brought to life, a scene of fire, confusion, and overwhelming fear.
Kai! What the hell?
Aerial footage captures the terrifying moment a massive blaze erupts, spewing hundreds of fiery sparks into the air like a storm of glowing embers. A strong gust from below appears to fuel the flames, propelling them high into the sky. The entire scene is both mesmerizing and horrifying, as the inferno engulfs the area in a sea of red-hot fire. A small flame sparked a big explosion, but luckily, no damage occurred. Before us, a chain of explosions erupts in rapid succession, each blast thundering through the air with terrifying force. In an instant, everything nearby is obliterated. Debris flies in all directions, the ground trembles beneath the impact. Thick smoke and dust rise into the sky, blanketing the area in a choking haze, turning the scene into a wasteland of destruction and disbelief.
En la madre se siente el pinche calorón bien feo. Su puta madre.
The fuel depot blazed fiercely like an uncontrollable inferno, thick black smoke billowing upward, shrouding the sky like a deathly veil. Furious flames danced, licking every drop of fuel, making the fire nearly impossible to extinguish.
Ojalá no haya pescado nadie, ir a los medios están
No, ya se
retirando
están
ahí.
yendo, ya se van a ir
Se van a
mejor.
mover hasta que no se queme todo el mugrero ahí.
Eso se va a volver a agarrarla, lo va a ver otra explosión bien grande, vas a ver.
Su mecha.
¿Sentiste el calor, Lalín?
A sudden accident caused the vehicle to burst into flames. In a desperate moment, a kind-hearted man tried to break the car window to rescue the trapped victim. Firefighters arrived quickly and managed to extinguish the blaze.